I'd like to buy the world a home and furnish it with love.
Everyone talks about bottling success, but Coke actually did it.
I'd like to buy the world a Coke and keep it company.
This is the bottle, an iconic design recognized around the world, with its ridged glass, bowed middle, and unmistakable curve appeal.
Want my Coke? It's okay, you can have it.
A cold bottle of Coke famously made Mean Joe Green turn warm.
Okay.
Coke calls it the contour bottle. Andy Warhol called it art.
And this, for us, has been the Holy Grail.
Phil Mooney is Coca-Cola's company historian. Coke began in Atlanta in 1886 as a soda fountain drink selling for 5 cents.
People realize that this product is something that they like. They want to have more readily available than simply at the soda fountain itself. And so bottling plants spring up throughout the entire United States. And by about 1910, just about every part of the U.S. is covered.
Coke was on America's roads and in America's homes. But the bottles came in a dizzying variety of shapes and colors. By 1915, Coke's success had so many imitators, customers seldom knew whether they were buying the real thing.
And they come up with names that sound very much like Coca-Cola. So you get things like Cherry-Cola, Dixie-Cola, Take-a-Cola, Coca-Nola, any combination that you can think of that could deceive the public into thinking that they were actually buying Coca-Cola.
Coke executives had a company-defining marketing idea.
They decide that they're going to initiate a contest. They want a bottle that you will be able to identify it in the dark simply by its shape. A bottle that is so unique that even if you find it broken in pieces on the ground, you'll be able to identify it as a bottle for Coca-Cola.
At the Root Glass Company in Terre Haute, Indiana, designers inspired by the gourd-shaped cocoa pod drew one of marketing's all-time game changers. And in 1916, with a little slimming down, the 6.5-ounce contour bottle was born.
People recognize that they clearly understand what it is, and to use that bottle as an icon for our brand.
During World War II, Coke donated more than 5 billion bottles to GIs fighting overseas. Today, Coke worldwide sells almost 2 billion drinks every 24 hours. And it only seems as if Bill and Kathy Combs buy all of them.
There's not an inch uncovered in this room.
No, this is saturation, I would say.
Yeah.
Coke collectibles of every description cover all 12 rooms of the Combs home outside Baltimore.
If you look around, the signs, the paperwork, everything shows the bottle on it. I mean, you know the Coca-Cola bottle immediately.
The bottle represents Coca-Cola in my mind.
Represents it in what way to you?
I think it's just, it's one of those symbols that you remember as a kid. It represents the whole package. It's everything good.
But in the 1990s, Coke executives seemed to lose touch with the company's roots.
They're adding gradation, putting bubbles in to make people think of what they like about Coke, and then a lot of promotional work as well on it. You basically are losing the most important iconography of our brand.
Katie Bain, a Coke executive, says the company finally realized its mistake in its advertising. Now, Bain says, in all their packaging and marketing, you'll spot the contour bottle somewhere.
And as crazy as it sounds, this stuff matters.
This stuff does matter. It's a 2-second purchase decision. I mean, people aren't standing there in the aisle waiting. They're in the aisle. They want to find the brand they love.
So whatever you're drinking to cool off in this summer heat, remember the message in this bottle. Sometimes what's on the outside counts as much as the inside. And that is all by design.